OOTP Baseball. We cover the Gladiators. We look at the latest news, featured releases from OOTP, and even connect the cards with the past real-life players. Of course, we look at the playoffs and results, interviews with some of the OOTP affiliates, and yes, of course, we do some perfect drafts and hopefully give you a few tips. Along the way, we will open lots of packs. Sometimes we get good cards when we open them. Other times we get really good cards when we open these packs. And every once in a while, we get a card that makes us want to scream and shout from the OOTP rooftops. And yes, even some rivalry games, right, Gorgo? Every day's a great day for baseball. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, we are back to start off the Monday show. Thank you guys for being here and taking time out of your sometimes hectic, busy, hopefully slow for some of you, workday, or just if you're at home, if you're retired, if you are in school, whatever it may be. Thank you guys again for popping in. And yeah, already some comments about the week that will be. Cicero works in retail. Yeah, it's going to be probably a long week for you if you do work in retail. And as Fofi84 says, I guess you really have to work on Friday. Yes, of course, Friday is in the United States Black Friday. And that leads to kind of our question of the day that I'll leave kind of streaming along the bottom here. Feel free to chime in at any time during the show today and tell us about your Black Friday plans. Are you planning on picking something up? Do you go Black Friday shopping? In Canada, we typically have Boxing Day as our big consumerism moment, where the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day up here. And that's kind of like our Black Friday. But over the last, I'd say 3 or 4 years, we've absorbed the American Black Friday. And so now we have a lot of Black Friday sales this week too, just like you guys do. We never used to. It used to be Boxing Day was our big extravaganza. So again, those of you that do go out on Black Friday, what are you looking for this year? Is there anything special that you're looking to pick up either for yourself, or do you guys do your Christmas shopping on Black Friday? I know in Canada, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, so it doesn't really do a lot for us to go Christmas shopping on Boxing Day. So yeah, how is the atmosphere down there? I know with the economy kind of in the tank a little bit and money tight for a lot of people, and threats of a recession looming, maybe it's going to be a little bit different. And let's face it, online shopping has kind of dominated the last 10 years, and we don't need to go out to the big box stores anymore. We can just buy everything online, and companies like Amazon, they just get richer and richer. So that is, again, kind of the theme for today. Do you Black Friday shop? And what are you looking to pick up this week? So again, Fofi asking, do you get crazy Black Friday stuff at your work? And Cicero, in a weird, ironic way, oh, yeah, so I guess that's weird. Yeah, it is a little ironic, but hopefully you'll feel better, and hopefully you'll recover soon, Cicero. And you know what gets you to recover soon? A lot of OOTP and a lot of pack opening. Today in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, we are at a 37 degrees Celsius, or 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, 37 degrees Celsius would be nice. But we are at 3 degrees Celsius, 37 Fahrenheit, looking like we're going to hit the low 40s by Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. If you don't know, Canada celebrates Thanksgiving the second Monday in October is always our Thanksgiving. So a little bit earlier than you guys. And again, it's always nice. From what I know, American Thanksgiving is always the biggest holiday even bigger than Christmas, I think, in the US, where Canada, it's a big holiday, but Christmas and Easter, New Year's Day are probably bigger holidays than Thanksgiving for Canada anyway. Fofi, you're Canadian too. Hey, good. Hopefully you're avoiding some of this tumultuous weather that we're getting out east. I don't think it's come up to Canada yet. I think Toronto is, still fairly good. But Buffalo? Whoa, did you guys see the video images of Buffalo, the area around Buffalo over the last few days? Like 6, 7, 8 feet of snow. It's crazy and just record setting. So if you live in the Buffalo area or know people there, they are still digging out. It's been crazy. Even more so than usual, because Buffalo typically gets a lot. So perfect points. Yes, Bailey, Thanksgiving week is a great time for sales. I don't think they've announced theirs yet on OOTP. I'm sure it's coming soon, where you will be able to pick up perfect points, packs, different types of packs that they usually offer over this time of year. So yeah, save up those perfect points and your money to get those packs. Hopefully pull something good. Remember that this week there is no new content on Thursday. Thursday is a day off for the American streamers, I guess. A lot of Americans that stream, including Dish, are not going to be on Thursday night. He will do the new card release on Friday during the Showdown episode. So he's going to kind of combine the Showdown into new card release. And from what I'm thinking, the new card release are cards we know already. They're the diamond cards that you had options of in your choice pack last week. So I don't know if there's going to be anything new added in terms of content, but we'll probably get those on Friday. So no stream from Dish on Thursday. Tune in on Friday evening around, he usually starts around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, and collect those drops during his broadcast. Again, my Monday broadcast is typically for the Get in the Game franchise series, where you can get in the game, and many of you are. Thank you so much for participating in the Get in the Game series. I think I have now about 30 of your created players in the game. And again, if you want to get in the game, do so. I can send you, I will put the link next break in the chat. And all you have to do is fill out a quick little Google form, 4 questions, 5 questions, 6 questions. Well, okay, 7 questions, but really easy. What kind of player do you want me to create for you? What position? Come up with a cool name, appropriate, of course. And I will get you in to the next draft, which will be on Thursday's episode. So Thursday, I'm hoping to do the next draft. Today, we're going to finish up the 2023 season. We'll look at the stats of our created players. And then on Thursday, we'll do the playoffs and the draft. So you still got some time. I've got 4 new entries for this upcoming draft so far. If you have 2 players in already, please don't fill out another one, maximum of 2. But if you don't have any yet, or want to get your first one in or second one in, then you can fill out that form. And again, I will post that during our next break. Something for you to do during the break. Yesterday, the Perfect League World Series. Dish was back on, streaming that, and it was a nail biter. Well, Game 7, I wouldn't say was a nail biter, but the series was back and forth between the Warbirds and between False Hustle. So those were the 2 teams that were able to emerge in a very competitive, perfect team league. And they went 7 games. And ultimately, it came down of between a team that had a lot of the top bunt cards and a team that had kind of the regular content, including a Bill Dickey championship card from the PTCS. So it was interesting dynamics to get two differently constructed teams with, a few cards that were extremely different. So we got to see the top bunt, the top one, play out. And as you see on the screen, the Warbirds had Aaron Judge, they had Mike Trout, they had Ohtani, Max Scherzer. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of key top bunts card. And on the other side, False Hustle had Bill Dickey as kind of the unique card. They did have some familiar names. They both had Ted Williams. I believe they both had Charleston and Lou. So obviously you're going to get a lot of the same meta cards, but in terms of differences, it was kind of Topps bunt versus Bill Dickey, the PTCS. And yeah, it did go 7 games. So I hope your championship went well. Wildcat Bandit. Hey, you won the World Series, your first year in perfect team? Thanks to my... No, we have to chat. Wildcat, did you win? What league were you in? Was it rookie? Was it bronze? Was it iron? How did you handle the competition? Did you win in 7 games? Rookie? Well, congratulations. Every trophy is so fun. My Blue Jays team, we have 3 trophies, all in the lower levels, but they all mean a lot to me because you want that confirmation that at least something you're doing is good and working. So yeah, I hope the videos have helped, and congratulations on winning your first championship. So something that I noticed in the finalists of the top league, we had a Warbird team that won their division with a 97 and 66 record, and a False Hustle team that barely squeaked in as a wild card. They had the worst wild card record. And you know what's really interesting is False Hustle lost their last 11 games. They went 0-11 in regular season play to end off the season. And they made the final and lost in 7 games. So pretty cool that, I mean, they were guaranteed to make it. They had 11 games to go. They automatically qualified, and they lost all 11 games and just barely made it in. World Series was 4-0. You won 132 games on the regular season. Excellent. Good stuff, Wildcat. And who were your top pitcher? Name your top pitcher and your top hitter. I'm curious, in the rookie championship, who would you say is your best pitcher and your best hitter? Fofi84, you did that too? Started a new team right before they gave the choice packs? Hey, yeah, that choice pack probably going to make a difference in rookie. I have one more license available to make a team. I've only have 2 that I've created so far. So I'm thinking soon I might create that 3rd one. Of course, I don't think I'll get a choice pack. I don't know. Do you get choice packs still if you create a new team, or did you have to have it created before? I'm thinking you probably had to have it created before. Jim Gentile won the Triple Crown. Yep. He is a player used often at the lower levels. I used him. I had him platooning with Jimmy Fox. Those were my 2 early first basemen. And yeah, they did extremely well for me. He won't probably get you past maybe Stone. Maybe he'll get you to bronze, possibly. But I was in bronze like towards the beginning of this version of the game. And I don't think he's as good now because there's so many better first baseman options. If you don't have a Hank Aaron, probably get a Hank Aaron pretty quick. He's really cheap. Paul Hines, center field, fairly cheap. He'd be good for you in the lower leagues. And of course, a Jackie Robinson, not going to hurt you. Pitching wise, you probably have a lot of the mission ones: Mark Pryor, R.A. Dickey. Who else do I have? Lincecum, Sid Fernandez. So a lot of those mission pitchers will help you at the lower levels. Oh, the one from the choice pack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's much better. Yeah, for sure. So that was a recap, guys, on the World Series that took place yesterday. Bill Dickey ended up with 318, so he is an elite catcher. Aaron Judge was a 241, Mike Trout a 191, and an Ohtani doesn't look like he had any at-bats in the World Series or any success. Probably used as a pitcher. I think he went 5-1 maybe, or 4-1. And Max Scherzer was 1-0 and didn't give up an earned run in the World Series. So pretty cool. I'm glad that it gets streamed. If you make the World Series at perfect level, you deserved to be in the spotlight. And congrats to both managers. In terms of my team, well, the Rocky Mountain Gladiators made perfect for the first time last year, I guess last season. And this isn't the whole list. It's kind of the top part of the list. But you'll notice here, we are at the bottom and we got relegated. And I expected that. 78-84 for my first season in Perfect League in 3 versions of the game. I did make it back in 2020, I think, maybe 2019, but it's been a dry spell, and finally was able to make it back and almost finish 500. So I'm really happy with that. Snails, who won the championship the year before, look, he had the same record I did, and he got relegated. Win the championship one season, get demoted the next. That's how random this league can be. On top of the world in 2048 and back in Diamond in 2050. So again, good to see the Warbirds, another Canadian team. I don't know who manages it, but congrats to Canada for bringing home one of those trophies, assuming he lives in Canada. And yeah, he deserved it. He was the best record in the league, 97-66. Looks like he went to an extra game, maybe, because the Cheetahs played one less game. So I'm thinking there might have been a playoff game for top spot, or maybe that includes the wild card. I don't know how it shows one game difference. So demoted, we have the Rail Cats, we have the Cyclones. Attitudes, Batitudes are back down to Diamond. The Chicks, the United, the Halos, Snails, Riverside, myself, and a few others. I don't go all the way to the bottom. But remember, in Perfect Team, half the teams get demoted. If you don't make the playoffs, you go back to Diamond. That's how tough it is. Wildcat, you got some good draws, did lots of missions. 100 Verlander, Sosa at the beginning, Hank Aaron. Nice, good, yeah. That'll do well. That will do really well in Perfect or in Rookie League. So good luck in your next venture this week. Couple proud things. I am proud of the boys. 2 of them made it to the All-Star game. And making it to the All-Star game in Perfect, although it's not the championship, it's still instant satisfaction. It's like, okay, my players that I've either got on the card shop or pulled in packs, the settings that I'm using for them are at least working for some of the players. So Carl Hubble, my Carl Hubble, actually started the All-Star game for the American League. Went 1 inning, didn't give up a run. And yeah, I'm proud of that. And Willie McCovey made the All-Star game for Rocky Mountain, and he came in a relief role in the 8th inning. Didn't get any at-bats, but played the last couple innings in the All-Star game. So pretty good, because if you look at the list for the American League, it's all the same players, right? We've got 3 Hubbles. We've got 2 Eckersleys, 2 Cochrans, 1, 2, 3 Robinsons, 2 Applings, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Williams, and 2 Charlestons. So McCovey was the only McCovey. My McCovey was the only McCovey to make the All-Star game. So again, that means something to me, that one of these players that isn't used a lot anymore at the higher levels, that they're able to still do something at the perfect level. So at the time of the All-Star game, he was hitting 306, 2.1 WAR, still a viable player. And I always recommend to new users that are starting out, for your build a lineup, he should be the first hitter you go for, McCovey, because he will have the most impact early on. So when you're building your lineup, finish that mission, focus on the Willie McCovey one. And for pitchers, well, there's a lot to choose from. Kevin Brown is probably the best starter, and Tug McGraw, probably the best reliever. But I'd go for a couple hitters and Kevin Brown before kind of going for your relievers. So yeah, I was proud of the All-Star game. Tetsuiji, welcome. Glad to see you here. In fact, going to talk about you in just a second here. So you've been pleased with the build a lineup Walker? Yeah, I used him too in right field. And the Commonwealth team. Hey, Tetsuiji, I saw EVC announce that one of your teams, your theme team, won a championship. Was that down at like Rookie or Stone? Which championship and which theme team was it? Was it no, I think it was your former Japanese players team, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, fill us in on what your championship was. There you go. So congrats, the Japan alumni theme team Stone level. Now, many of us aren't familiar with the Japanese players, Tetsuiji. Who was your best hitter and who was your best pitcher? Give us a couple names that were on that team. The big hit Happy Bodies. I just love the names of the theme teams. Very, very cool concept. And if you haven't checked out EVC's theme team stream, kind of rhymes, stay tuned, because coming up right after me, I believe EVC will be streaming. In fact, I will probably be raiding into him once my stream is done. Now it's not just the Japanese player, it includes foreigners. Okay, who played. So would that include a Mr. Anthony Rizzo? Because I know he was on your team. I'm sure it would probably include him. Reggie Smith, or in real life, I guess. Players in real life that probably played over there, not on your iteration of the game. Reggie Smith, Jim Gentile, Gullickson. Cool. Well, congratulations on your Stone Championship. So 2 of you guys that are here today, 3 of you guys that are here won championships on Saturday. Yeah, Rizzo's not a base star yet. Yeah, maybe you should contact him. Send him a DM or a tweet, or I don't know if he's got like a fans page, but send him a screenshot of how he's doing in the Japanese league. Because if I was a player, I'd get a kick out of that. It'd be like, hey, I'm crushing it in Japan. And then, maybe I should think about going over there. And because I was in Perfect League, I got to peek in on some of these players that we don't see too often. So I took a peek at Jackie Robinson, the gold, the one and only. There's only one of these cards in the game, and it is owned by the Castroville Mashers, I believe. And C. Witt owns this card, and it looks good on paper. It looks really good. How did it perform, you may ask? Well, 313 this season, 243 the season before, and in its first full season, 328. So kind of a roller coaster career so far for the gold Jackie Robinson. But you gotta like that blue. So Castroville hasn't had a lot of success in the playoffs. He's made it several years in a row, but as OOTP does, got knocked out in the wild card the last couple years. Excellent manager. Definitely good to go to for advice. Always on the Discord. And won the Jackie Robinson. So we've got a Bill Dickey that made the World Series final, and we have Jackie Robinson still in Perfect League. If you're new to the channel, I've got 345 followers now, and thank you so much for the recent ones today. Occam's, for some reason it reminds me of Occam's razor. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Nimble Nova, thank you for the follow. I'll soon get, stream effects for my followers. Toasty Gaming, thank you. Tom Bud Omen, and Fee Cross Foxes, a fox. Are you sly like a fox? Cross Foxes, Tom Bud Omen, Toasty Gaming, and Nimble Nova, and Occam's. Thank you guys so much. Tune in on every day for the stream for OOTP news and gameplay, but Thursdays is always my giveaway, and you can enter to win 10,000 perfect points on Thursday's stream. Again, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, right at 1 p.m. or just after 1 p.m. Hope to see you guys return, and hope you're having the best day this Monday. All right, moving along, a new card introduced today, just hot off the press. And it's funny. I don't know if Cubs fan Steve is here today, but it's funny that this was the card, because yesterday I was shopping online, looking for Boxing Day sales, and I was looking up Montreal Expo gear because I want an Expos hat to wear on stream. I love the team. I love the colors. They have maybe the second best mascot behind the chicken in baseball history. And I was looking for a hat and looking for a jersey, but they're pricey. Even on Amazon and eBay, they're so expensive, and shipping to Canada is so expensive. And I didn't want to pay 60, 70, 80 bucks for something, but I came across an Andre Dawson one. And if I was to get an Expos jersey, it would be Dawson. He was probably my favorite hitter, and Steve Rogers probably my favorite pitcher back in the 80s. So very cool that today they came out with a limited edition Andre Dawson card. Only 100 of these. Yes, it is the Cubs version, sadly. But yeah, Steve's fan, there you go. Cubs fan. You got an Andre Dawson card that you can go for. Probably won't help you in the higher levels. If we look at his ratings, this is his 1987 ratings. So later on in his career, and again, it's hard for me to see him as a Cub, although Steve probably sees him as a Cub more than I do. But we'll talk more about Dawson and his other card he has right after the break. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in about 90 seconds. Welcome back. And just kind of reading through the chat as we're going through here. Cubs fan Steve did say that this was his MVP year. So I guess he was still kind of at his peak during that time in baseball. It's been so long, Steve. I can't remember when that crossover was from Expos to Cubs. Again, I see him as an Expo. You probably see him more as a Cub. He had a lot of success with both teams. Montreal a lot of times was like a farm league, right? It was really good drafting, one of the best drafting teams in baseball. They could always find those gems of prospects. They'd play on the team for a few years, and then they couldn't afford them, and those players would move on. So whether it's Carter, Dawson, Raines, grooming these young guys into real good players, and then almost winning the World Series, barring a strike / lockout. The Expos didn't get a lot of breaks. They should have won a World Series at some point with the teams that they have. So 1987 was his first Cubs year. Okay. Kind of reminds me too of like Roy Halladay too, right? With the Jays. He is a Jay. He will always be a Jay. And he goes to Philadelphia, and I believe he won at least one Cy Young there. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is the next guy that we're probably going to see go. And, you can bet he's going to be on one of the big teams. Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees. He's going to be there at some point. I can't see him as being a lifer, just like his dad wasn't a lifer with the Expos. But enjoy these players in Canada for the Canadians while you can. So Dawson does have another card, a better rated card, an 83 card. So it looks like if we compare the two, in his 1987 card, his power is a lot better. So one is a 1981, and I'm not sure if that was his rookie year. Looks like it was an all-star year. So maybe Steve can check that for me. When was Dawson's first year in the league? Was it 79, 80? This would have been really early in his career. So better power on the new card. Oop. And the old card is better in eye. And otherwise, they're pretty equal. Worse in avoid Ks on the older card. which makes me wonder. And Steve, it probably makes you wonder too. Why is an MVP Dawson only 80? Where the All-Star Game Dawson is 83? And does that mean this is the best he can get? If his MVP year and his All-Star year are 83 max, will we ever get a 90 Andre Dawson or a perfect Andre Dawson? Because we should, and I think we have in other versions of the game. Something's telling me that we've had a perfect Dawson before. So, yeah, just interesting how they calculate the ratings from his MVP season to his All-Star season. So we did get a perfect Dawson. Yeah, Tessuigi, I thought that we have had a perfect Dawson before. In this year, we haven't. We've got the 80 and the 83. Yeah, right. It was a face of the franchise. Yeah. And totally agree, Steve. Totally agree. We should get an Andre Dawson perfect. Will we? Well, with Sporer coming in next season to help create the cards, he's really good at numbers, really good at stats. I know in the last couple years, we had Snagel, who's a Canadian. And, if you're a Canadian, you're going to probably play some favorites. We saw a lot of top-rated Expos and Jays in the last couple versions of the game. But hopefully, if we do get another face of the franchise in this version of the game, we get a peak 100 level Andre Dawson. He should have it. He should have one of the best arms and defensive ratings in the game. So Tessuigi confirms, yes, we had a 93 legend. All right, so Tessuigi, you're saying that we had a 93 legend in his 1980 year and a 100 special edition in Perfect Team 22. Okay. So his 1980 year is 1 year off of this one, and it was better. Okay. Don't know how they come up with the numbers, but it's good to see another Dawson. Don't think he'll play too well for you after Silver League. My guess is this is a up to gold kind of card. Maybe in gold you can have him on your bench, coming in for defensive purposes or coming in for pinch hitting with that power, but probably not going to play too well after gold. But if you're a collector, if you're a Dawson fan, a Cubs fan, an Expos fan, you might want to get one of these 100. Only 100 of them. And I don't think any have sold yet based on the screenshot that I took about an hour ago. The old card lists are still up on OOTP's website. Okay, good. Because, yeah, the servers went down on the old versions of the game. So good that they're still archiving those Tesuiji. All right, guys, moving on. We have JDA168. Thank you so much for the follow. You are number 346 in the Hound Kennel. Thank you so much for following. And are you guys getting your drops? I forgot to ask. Are you guys getting the Thanksgiving drops? The silver and the regular pack? Are those coming in for you? Hey, excellent. Thank you. Happy Paxgiving. What a great couple weeks it's been on OOTP, right? All the extra stream packs last week and the Paxgiving pack this week. So thank you. You know, if you ever get a chance, you know, say thank you to the OOTP team for giving us affiliate streamers like Tesuiji and Yuka and Gorgo and EVC and Kidneys and iRock and the EMLB team, Nersha, allowing us to give you guys more packs this week and last week. Tesuiji, your PS1 crew sold 99K. Ooh, do you rip historicals or regulars? What's the PP for historicals? Is it 9,000 for a historical? Or is it 7,000? I forget. And are those even out yet? Have they 10K? Ooh. Ooh. So basically you get 10 historicals or 99. Personally, I always go regular packs. Once in a while I treat myself to a historical, but you get 10 times, 9 times the amount of packs. So personally, I would go with the regular. Plus it's more fun ripping them all. And yeah, as Cubs fan Steve says, depends what your goal is. What is your aim? If it's to get a lot of historicals to sell on the market. So you can get 60 cards, right? Because 10 packs times 6 is 60 historical cards. Maybe one perfect. Or you can get 600 cards to help with missions, to sell on the market, and might be able to pull a couple perfect cards. The goal to get out of silver. Historicals treated you well. You got 4 tops and 6 packs. Wow. It seems to me tops cards are coming out more now than they were at the beginning. Don't know if that's on purpose or if it's just coincidence. Well, moving on, guys. I always like these conversations with you guys. Thank you for entertaining me and give me a little pleasure in these streams, being able to reach out to you guys and communicate with you. And speaking of that, speaking of affiliates and packs, check on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I have a special video coming out on my YouTube channel, and it's called Meet the Streamers. And I'm not going to give any spoilers away. All you see is the screenshot here, but you might recognize the two that I'm going to feature on this first episode. So, hey, check on Wednesday. You know, in the afternoon on Wednesday, you're going to see the first episode of Meet the Streamers. Not to get confused with Meet the Fockers, although that was a really good movie. So yeah, tune in for that, guys, on Wednesday. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you know, I would appreciate subscribing on there. It has a lot of OOTP content. Some of you have reached out and thanked me for some of the videos. It's helped you get started. I create content to help the new people more so, because you vets know what you're doing already. But I do have a couple tutorials on the quick tournaments, Ace of Iron, Ace of Bronze, and how you can get started on there. Of course, I've got over 60 videos on my Rocky Mountain Gladiators with features on players. I also have content on the two collecting apps I use, LiQWYD and Neon Mob, and different tutorials if you like to collect cards and Marvel and Disney and Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, anime. LiQWYD and Neon Mob are great for that. And I do have a 10-part tutorial series on starting Perfect League for the first time. How you get set up, your starter packs, missions that you should go for first, how to maximize perfect points, tournaments, tweaking your lineup with settings. So a 10-part tutorial series up on the channel. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. Simulation Gaming Digital Realities, or at Laptop Pound. You can find it easy on YouTube. And the Meet the Streamers episode 1 will be up on Wednesday. So if you click the little bell when you subscribe, you'll get a notification when that video goes up. And I had a lot of fun recording that episode. So check that out. Yes, Little Chef, check that out and find out a little bit more about the people that you watch all the time, because that's what the purpose was, is let's find out about these people. What brought them into OOTP? Who are their favorite teams? What motivates them to stream? All that kind of fun stuff. And hopefully I'll get a few more affiliate streamers in future episodes. But right now we focus on 2. So that comes out on Wednesday, just before Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, we are going to continue our qualifier tournament. We're looking for 16 historical teams to participate in a 1-game showdown for the ultimate historical championship. So you see the 9 qualifiers so far. Last episode, the 85 Tony Gwynn-led Padres defeated the 41-year-old Willie Stargell Pirates, and they moved on to the final 16. So tune in tomorrow and check out who will win. I think that's all the news. Yeah, that's all the news I wanted to cover right now. So let's get to some game action. Let's find out what's going on in Perfect League. So just going to switch screens here, and this always takes a second. There we go. Perfect timing as I download a new file. Don't forget to pay for a Twitter checkmark. Yeah, the Twitter Blue, I think they call it. Don't have one of those yet, but you know, I can see as a business, write-off or opportunity. If you have kind of a business, then you can write that off easy. Bailey, you had notifications turned on and you got them, but they stopped. Yeah, that's YouTube for you. I've heard that from so many people in so many channels that they ring the bell. Sometimes what works, if they uncheck it, and then check it again. So kind of turn the bell off and then turn the bell on. Sometimes they say that works, but just check in once in a while. I will announce it here. I'll probably put it in the Discord forum, a link to it. Thanks, though, Bailey. Thanks for ringing that bell and trying to get notifications. All right, guys, I want to check in very quickly. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the two teams, but it is Monday. Want to kind of show you where we're at. Rocky Mountain is back in Diamond 358. So for those that haven't seen the Rocky Mountain history, after the entry pool, we went right to silver, dropped to bronze, and then ever since that, we've either stayed or moved up. And currently since 2036, right now it is 2050. So for 14 seasons, we have been in Diamond every year except for 2. 1 down to gold and 1 up to perfect. So for 14 or 15 seasons, we are averaging consistent Diamond. And we've made the playoffs quite a few times. 2 championships, 1 gold back in 2030, and a Diamond a couple seasons ago. It's the only way you can get to perfect is if you win Diamond. So let's take a look at where we are, how we're doing early in the season. We are just killing it. 2-6. But you know what? I don't care. I've told you guys this before. Mondays suck for the Gladiators. It's like they're tired after a weekend. They were probably on a Saturday bender, you know, sword fighting and gladiating and stuff. Had a few ales, and they take a couple days to get over their weekend hangover. Well, that's my excuse. So they are 2-6. They always start poorly. I have faith in them. I think we'll, at minimum, stay in Diamond, but I'm falling behind in cards. Too many good cards are coming out, and I'm not keeping up with this team. But as you can see, the packs, 380. I've collected about 120 in the last week. So I've got the goods. It's just waiting for the right opportunity to open them up. And somehow I have 3 choice packs. 1 was the freebie and 2 must be from tournaments. So I'm being patient. I'm playing the long game, right? The long game is wait for that huge meta pack release or content release. Maybe it's Platinum 4, maybe it's Cooperstown 5, but wait for, because we know better cards are coming. Cards don't usually get worse. They get better on average. So I don't want 5 packs when the best cards come out. I want a couple hundred to try and get them. So I'm playing that long game. Remember that when the new OOTP comes out in March or April, this one's still going to be active for another year. You can still play Perfect Team until probably May of 2023, 2024, couple years anyway. So yeah, I'm playing the long game, hoping to stay in Diamond, and then when I do make my way to Perfect, hopefully be able to stay there for a while. All right, who is in our league? Just check the chat here. Nothing going on. Cool. And no one's in my league. What's going on here? Where is the standings? There we go. Ah, look at this. Wow. This can't be right. I've been in short leagues before. What? This league has total 16 teams? Has anyone seen that before? A 16-team league in Diamond. I don't know what to say. This is weird. Look at my promotion relegation. So 5 teams will get relegated, and of course 1 get promoted. So realistically, this is the best odds of making perfect, right? Because 1 in 16 chance. Yeah, I know, right, Mr. Audit? I'm speechless. I thought maybe something was wrong with my game. No? 16 teams. Huh. And I'm second last so far. But like I said, Monday is typically bad for the Gladiators. So the Kia Tigers, the Ewa Beach Fighting Chickens, LiQWYD, Ronkan Coma, Walter Johnson's, cool name, Sandimas, hey, right from my neighborhood. Who is the Edmonton Whales? Oh, Fabtron. I forgot Fabtron is an Edmonton. I don't know if he's from Edmonton. Why isn't he on this stream? Come on, Fabtron. Get over here with your 3 diamond championships. Wow. Okay, cool. Another Canadian. Adirondack, Topeka, Iron Rangers, Cretaceous, Chico Heat, Winston-Salem, Idle, and Joe Creed. So since there's only 16 teams, this team has no higher level championships. Idle has 1 gold. Winston has a gold. Chico, nothing above bronze. Cretaceous, 1 gold. Iron is done fairly well. Been up to perfect once. Topeka, gold is their highest. 1 gold for Adirondack. Sandimas has a bronze, it looks like. Yep. The Johnsons have a gold. The Rangers have 1 diamond. LiQWYD, a diamond. The Beach, silver is the highest, and the Kia Tigers have 1 gold. Well, this is a week. In terms of championships, this is a weak league. I've never seen a weak league this far into the game before. And I wonder if it's because teams are quitting and deleting. Because no one's ever, Mr. Audits even said he's never seen this. So are teams deleting and therefore they've had to restructure? And it looks like, yeah, Bailey saying, oh, wrong one there. Bailey is saying that playoff-wise, let's go and look at it from this angle. Yeah, I don't know how the playoffs are going to shake out here. Looks like 4 wildcard teams. I'm thinking 8 teams make the playoffs total. And then every team plays in the playoffs right off the bat. Just like Perfect League where all the playoff teams play in the wild card. I'm thinking that's probably what happens here. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting league. 8 teams make the okay. Thanks, Ari. Yeah, that's what it was looking like. 8 teams make the playoffs. 6 get relegated. I thought it was 5. 1, 2, 3. It looks like 5. 5 move down, 1 move up. So 6 total are going to change positions. And Cobra says that you were in a 20 team. Yeah, I've been in short leagues before, but not a 16 short league. So that's going to be, it's going to be fun. I don't know what, let's look what the schedule looks like if it's a lot of off days. In fact, looks like the opposite. Wow. This is like Perfect League. July, there's a bunch during the All-Star game. Okay, that's good to know because my pitching rotation might need to change. They're going to get tired. Look at that sked. Yeah, you're right, Cobra. Very few off days. Well, we will move ahead and we'll see how that shakes out. But it caught me off guard. I was not expecting to spend that much time, guys, looking at our league structure, but interesting. JDA, are you in this league? How do you know about the players? I guess we can see them on the screen here, some of them. Oh, you are? What team are you? Let's check it out. Adirondack. Well, what a small world, JD. You and I are part of the same league, and there's only 16 teams in there. It's kind of cool, actually, because now the rest of the week I can talk about your team a little bit. That's pretty cool. And you've started 4-4. Where are you in terms of this conferences here? You are on the other side, okay? So, hey, that'd be cool if we could meet up in the World Series, because Fabtron from Edmonton, I would favor him because he's around Edmonton, but he doesn't come on my stream, so I can't favor him. You're here. All right, Adirondack. I'm just kidding, Fabtron. Every Edmontonian is a cool Edmontonian. No way. BB, you're here as well? Okay. I feel like I'm in the Matrix or something here because this is just too weird. You are LiQWYD. You're in my division and you're 6-2. This is crazy. I need a break. Oh, an ad is coming up in 22 seconds. Okay, that's good because I've got to process what a weird week this is going to be. Okay. So LiQWYD and Adirondack are both in my league, and there's only 16 teams. If any of you say you're in this league as well, I'm going to have to put something in my coffee. Yeah. You got it, Cubs fan. All right, guys, we'll be back in 90 seconds. Break coming up. All right. The best way to get out of the Twilight Zone is switch to your other team. It can't get any weirder than that. So it's going to be a fun streaming week this week, guys, going and looking at that Rocky Mountain team and a couple of your teams that are in the chat here today. Yeah, very, very strange. So the quick check-in, and that was supposed to be a quick check-in. The quick check-in on the Jays, they are in gold. We have 131 packs here, including one choice pack, a few diamond, few historicals, again, playing the long game. And I don't have this account hooked up to any Twitch drops or anything like that. So one reason it has a lot less packs is these are just packs I win in tournaments. And thank you to NFUGITT. New forget. It sounds like a mobster saying, like, new forget. Forget about it. New forget. Thank you for the follow. You are number 348. And Torgonius, thank you, Torgonius. You were number 247. I should get stickers made up with your number on it. You know, put it on the back of your car. Laptop, 248. Long way to go. Long way to go. All right. So let's check in to the chat here before we look at the Jays in more detail. Well, Tessawiji, listen, Tessawiji, I'm a former teacher. I like to teach and talk like you do with that NPR voice. Stay tuned for more jazz coming up at 11 o'clock. So I like to, And that's why I've created videos on YouTube and I do Twitch streams, because any teaching I can do, any information, any little nuggets I can pass along, I hope to do that. And not only do I like to teach, I like to learn. And there are so many more brighter minds with OOTP than I am, that I like to, learn off of other people and use some of their techniques. So it kind of works both ways. And I've played OOTP since version 9. So I've had a lot of practice with franchise and with sliders and, player cards and how they perform. So I think that background helps me out a lot. So once you've played for 12, 14 years, yeah, you'll probably be up there as well. But yeah, I may be in higher leagues, but you've got the cool names, right? The former Japanese players, the All Bobs team. There's not many teams you could do that with one name. Like, I don't know, John, I guess would work. Let's go John. Or Bob, let's go Bob. Or Jack, probably a lot of Jacks. Let's go Jack. Brandon is a common name. Let's go Brandons. Yeah, there's not many teams you could do that with. All right, let's check in on the Jays here, shall we? No pack opening today, guys. Pack opening is always on the Thursday and Tuesday episode. So we're going to open our choice pack tomorrow. It's got to be more than 16 teams, right? We are 3-4. Okay, pretty competitive division so far. And yeah, this is a full league. Good. I see everything now. We're in the NC. What is this? Another Rocky Mountain team? Here I thought I was original. The Rocky Mountain Vibes is not my team. But we play in the same area, apparently. I'm just probably a little further north in the Rocky Mountains. Maybe he's American flag, so maybe, yeah, he's down in the south part of the Rockies. Familiar names. Let's take a look. I was hoping I'd be in Gorgo's league, another affiliate streamer, because he dropped down to gold for the first time in forever. But I don't see his name here anywhere. Got an Expos team, Nashville. How dare you? How dare you taint the Expos name, Nashville? Bad enough they went to Washington. Montreal Royals. So only one other Canadian team here. Best team so far, the Ashbury Whiskey Jacks, 6-1. And the Dirty Frank Frankfurters. The Frank Frankfurters. Try and say that 20 times. The Frank Frankfurters. They are 5-1. They've got 3 championships. And we're in gold. And as we go through the seasons, gold becomes tougher and tougher because more teams have the better cards. So let's take a peek, shall we? Let's take, first of all, a look at Albert. None of the limited edition Albert Pujols. Okay. Let's take a look at Babe. We've got 399 Babes. Okay, it's not bad. I was expecting to see at least 100. How about Lou? We've got 4 Lou Brocks, but we do have some of the perfects, 4 of them as well. All right. Who else do we got? Let's go for, I wonder if they allow me to put top bunt here. There we go. We have quite a few top bunts cards in the league. I don't see any Trout. I don't. Oh, there's one Mike Trout hitting 120 so far. Not so sure about him. And I have one. I have Ty France hitting 280. Okay, I like that. Good start. And I don't see any other big names. Don't see any of the big pitchers. Don't see any judges. Of course, no Otanis. All right, so I'm good with that. And who else? Let's just pick a random good card. Let's go for pitcher I'm looking to get, John Matlick. But I want the platinum one. None of them in the league. Ted Williams, let's take a look. Mr. Audit in gold. We've got his All-Star Special Edition. Don't see any. Can't remember the tag name if they are also special edition, but I see a lot of the 1950s. I see a couple 1946, which is a good card, but it's the second best Ted Williams card. So nope. So pretty weak in terms of meta cards. Let's see. My team, Glavin Blue, Christie, Pedro, the 100 Pedro. Using the 60 pitch count, I might have to switch that because we haven't started off overly well. Then Gorgo's Uo Blackwell. But it's early. I don't like looking at numbers too early because it's not really a good reflection. Let's take a look at the transaction history, because I did have a couple buy orders in. Let's see. Let's go back to Friday. Nothing much. In-game accomplishments. I put a buy order in for Logan Gilbert, and I got it. It was selling for $15,000, and I put it, or $18,000, and I put a buy order in for $15,000. So we got to check that out. I just got a card. When did I get that? I got that 25 minutes ago. 25 minutes ago. Really, Vanilla Gorilla, welcome back. Yes, flex all you want on my channel. Do the flex. Second in perfect draft. Got your personal best tournament earned prize card with the Low Diamond Choi. That's who you took, Low Diamond Choi. Congratulations. Low Diamond CP? What's CP? Low Diamond, oh, Choice Pack. Low Diamond Choice Pack. Okay. So yeah, I want you guys to brag here. This is a bragging channel. Let us know what you pulled. Chose Ramon Martinez based solely on the fact that his brother is Pedro. Hey. Okay. Haven't seen that card. In fact, hey, we can do it live. Let's do that live. But let's take a look here first of all. Let's go to the card shop. And I picked up a Gibbert. So any Dawsons, any new Dawsons on sale yet? Doesn't look like it. Nope. None yet. Remember, they just showed up in packs this morning. And Gilbert. This is the card I got about a half hour ago. I put a buy order of 15,000. And that's the thing, guys, especially for new players, if you're using the card shop, list a reasonable buy order, because those that are selling cards, they always inflate it a little bit. So if you put something that's fair, 14, 15,000, one of these guys that are competing with each other lowballing each other will probably take it. These ones won't get filled. 5,000 or 7,000, that's too low. But if you really want a card, just like going and buying a car, right? Don't pay the sticker price. What are you doing? No. You always get something thrown in. Hey, how about some undercoating? Hey, how about you throw in a, cover for the back? Or you ask for a lower price. And if they say no, you walk away. That's what I do in the card shop. I put in an offer, a fair offer, and I wait. And if it doesn't get filled, well, then I don't get the card. But sometimes they do list fair prices for sure. But don't be afraid to put in a buy order that is a couple thousand lower for this card, for example. Tetsuiji, you're saving for your sleepy time. Hey, tomorrow night, what time is your stream? Give us the Eastern Standard Time. Probably around what? 9 EST? 10:15. There you go. Sleepy time with Tetsuiji. And don't forget, on Wednesday, check out the Meet the Streamers episode on my YouTube channel. So definitely, yes, go check out, and that's almost perfect timing. That's almost when that episode's going to come out. Let's check out that Martinez. I'm curious now. See, when you guys are on the chat, you tell me who you pull, and then I want to look it up, see if it's a good choice. Who was that? Ramon, right? Ramon Martinez. This one here. So this was your low diamond choice pack for finishing second in a tournament. Dodger 1993. Real splitty for stuff. Well, not so much. Fly ball pitcher. 2 really good pitches. Yeah, let us know how he does. Keep us updated over the next little while. Have you got him in your starter or in your bullpen? Where are you going to use him? Yeah, he definitely is a stuff guy. And what's he selling for? No one's got him on the card shop yet. Using him in the bullpen? And Vanilla, what league is that? Is that Diamond? Where are you right now? Are you Diamond Perfect? So he's selling for about 28,000. I'm just looking here, Mr. Audit, if we have a Jesus Martinez. They don't go below 40 on this, so I don't think so. All right, so you know what we got to do? I just got that card, so we have to go to the missions. And now I've clicked finish Seattle because I pulled France in last week's stream and I kept them. And then I thought, if I can get Gilbert for cheap, 15K, it's worth finishing that mission because you get 2 historical packs and a diamond pack. And you get the topper card. So for 15,000 points, I get 3 quality packs and a topper. There we go. And this one I'm not going to submit yet, I don't think. But I might as well. I get that diamond pack. Cool. All right. Just going to do this for a sec. And give me 1 minute here because, hey, they give me a promo code. And I'm not sure how that works. Don't want any bots using that code. There we go. Back in action. All right, so we got to find out. I think the topper was... Go back to the card shop here. Who was the Seattle topper? Julio, there he is, Julio Rodriguez. So now I have him. Doesn't look like he's quality. I always base quality based on what he's selling for. He's selling for like 40,000. Anyone using him in this league? Have you heard anything about Julio Rodriguez? I'm the only guy that has him in the league. But hey, maybe with your guys' advice, maybe I can use him. Center field or right field. So definitely a right field contender. What do you guys think? I've got right now, I got Paul Hines hitting both center field positions and Roy Parnell, one in right and one in left. So here's my thinking. Let's look at his splits. He's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Right-handed with a bad avoid K. Yeah. So the question is, do we replace Parnell with him? And I'm thinking no. I mean, yeah, I get a little more contact out of him. A little more home run power. Contact and home run power, but I sacrifice the other things. But you know what? I'm in gold. Gold is a chance to experiment a little bit. I can always bring Parnell back. Yeah, the World Cup. US won 1-0 over Wales. But of course, go Canada. All right, let's bring Parnell out. And let's put Julio in. And how about that pitcher? Where was that pitcher? Where was he? Thought he was a low diamond pitcher. I'll go look for him later. I'm not really focused on the pitchers here. So let's try Mr. Rodriguez out in both lineups. Let's give him a shot. Let's put him in right field and Walker DH, Chulis Joe in left. Just a quick experiment over a few games. See how he does. Leave everything like that. And if he sucks, like I'm anticipating, then I'll either pick up someone better or sell him off or bring back Parnell. But I gotta go look who that pitcher was. Logan Gilbert. Want to take a quick peek here. There he is. Activate him, of course. Got to deactivate. And he is activated. Gilbert, are you going to come into the lineup? For now, you're going to replace Fred Hutchinson, who's got over 8 ERA. So yeah, he's making his way to the reserve list. And Logan, you get to take his spot. Let's try a couple top bunt cards. There we go. And Pedro, we're going to take you off the follower roll. Good. And move you up one slot. So much to do in this game. That's why I love it. So much to do. All right, let's check out the chat, see if anything's going on. Compare the defense. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Yes, I have Ty France playing second base. He does play second base. Plays second, plays third. And right now he's hitting 280. So I had to find a spot for him in the lineup. Hit 242 in gold last year. Again, limited play. And defensive-wise, just under 0 this year. But yeah, he was a liability. Minus 10.7. So that is going to change, but I wanted his bat in. He was the AC Wildcard Series MVP on Sunday. So hitting wise, he's got some ability, but I can't replace McCovey at first. I mean, third base, but again, he's going to suck there. I've got Boggs at third. So yeah, I got to sacrifice a little bit of the D. I got him at second base. Again, just testing out these tops bunt card. If I was in diamond or higher, I definitely would not make that play. But last season with Ty France at second base, I was able to make the playoffs, I think. Let me check that out here. 2049, yeah, made the playoffs, 88 and 74. So yeah, I'm going to keep him there for now until I get that meta second baseman, until I can pull a Jackie on this team or get a Nap LaJoie. I agree. I hear you, Mr. Audit. It is not the typical play, definitely. But I wanted that. I wanted to test him out, and I wasn't going to take out McCovey to test him out. I guess I could put him at DH. But Larry Walker's there. He's hitting 278. So yeah, we'll leave it for now. I'll come back to that in the near future. Cool Papa Bell, my Cool Papa Bell, 4 stolen bases. And in terms of other leaders, quick snapshot. Best WAR so far is Joe Mauer. We got a couple Joe Mauers starting off really well. And home runs, Jim Thome. This is a gold-looking lineup. A lot of gold teams don't have those really good players yet. Mission-wise, let's double-check if I'm missing any. Nope, we're up to date there. So there we go. Jim Unknown Blue Jays, 3 and 4 to start off gold 306. Thank you, Razor FMG. Razor FMG, thank you for the follow. You are number 349, a milestone. Who is going to be 350? 349. Thank you, Razor FMG, for the follow. All right, let's do the Gorgo spam. Get in a couple of these bronze tournaments, the Ace of Bronze. And now is that time. We are going to get in the game and take a look at some of your player creations. We'll finish off the season. We're at the All-Star break right now, and we'll take a look at some of the stats of our created players. Break coming up first, 90 seconds. We'll see you guys in a minute and a half. Stay tuned. Well, I know what ad that Ozzy got. Ozzy got a pizza ad. I always love hearing the ads that you guys get from the Twitch streams. So again, guys, we are in Get in the Game. If you want to participate, fill out that Google form that I just posted there and come up with a cool player. I will try and suit it to, the criteria that you put on that Google form. I got 4 to enter for Thursday's draft. I think Mr. Audit has a player that's coming in. EVC has a player. I think Tessawiji has a player coming in. So yeah, pretty cool that you guys are getting in the game. Again, if you're new to this series, I have created so far about, let's show all the players. What do we got here? We got, probably 25 to 30 players that are part of this. All of these were created by you guys, allowed 2 players maximum. Some of them were initial draftees right out of the gate, and then a bunch of them are in the amateur draft or the first player draft. So again, we've got some really cool named players. If you've watched the movie Borat, we do have Borat Sagdiyev in the game. What's he doing? He's hitting 263 right now. He's a catcher for the Pirates. We've got the Cat brothers, Tony Meow, who's got a lot of hardware, and Enzo Meow, who is the first overall pick in the 1921 draft. We've got Regis Escoffier from France. We've got a French player in the game. And we've got Lil Chef, the winner of one of our giveaways, is in the game. He won 10,000 perfect points, and he is on the New York Giants. He was the 14th overall pick in the 1922 draft. And look at that. He is hitting 301. Now, I would like on my team instead of Ty France. Come on, OOTP. Create a Kirby Cooper card. Look at that second base defense. So cool. We've got Blaze Von Brawls, who is EVC's created player. So he creates the theme teams, and he was generous enough to create a player for my streams. He's struggling. He's in AAA. He's a slow mover, slow developer, only 20 years old, and only hitting 125 in AAA so far as a first baseman. All right, so we are going to sim ahead to the end of the season. And with franchise mode, I love that you can do that. The game, compared to 5, 6, 7 years ago, the game sims so much quicker now. You could sim probably 100 years if you wanted to in a day or two. So we got the White Sox and Red Sox battling it out in the AL, and Brooklyn and the Giants are battling it out in the NL. Washington Senators have made a move. They are now second in the division. And Andres Galarraga hitting 345 in the AL. Chuck Klein hitting 350 in the NL. Bo Bichette, Joe Medwick, Honus Wagner. There we go. We have reached the end of the season. We are going to just sim up to the playoffs in just a minute here. We've got the Boston Red Sox. They finished with an 86-67 record, and the Senators 1 game out, and the White Sox 1 game out. Really interesting. And in the NL, the Brooklyn Robins, champions in their first year, and they made the World Series last year, so they are a dynasty-looking team. They finished with an 88-65 record to win the NL. Let's take a look at our stats. Let me go to the beginning of the playoffs first. And there we go. We have our World Series contenders that we will sim out on Thursday. The Boston Red Sox will take on the Brooklyn Robins. So just the top 2 teams are going to make the playoffs here. We're not going to have wild cards. Just those 2 teams, Boston and Brooklyn, will face off. Let's take a look at our leaderboard. In the AL, Joe Medwick. The 20-year-old Joe Medwick, who was drafted in 1921, 7th overall, he hit .336 to lead the AL. Andre Galarraga, former Expo legend, was second, hitting .330. And a card I really liked in last year's version of the game, I think he was a bronze meta card, Cesar Tovar, 33-year-old, hitting .329 in the AL. Sorry, Doc. Doc is stuck on his team for 10 years. Once he becomes a free agent, who knows? Maybe he'll go to Brooklyn. In terms of home runs, not really a home run league back then. 15 home runs was the most. So in your perfect drafts, if it's very historical, like in the 1920s or 30s, power guys aren't really the guys you're looking for. You're probably looking for more of the contact eye guys. 15 home runs. Sandoval hit 13 home runs. So in the AL, bunch of guys that kind of in the low double digits. War-wise, highest WAR in the AL, Frank Finelli, 26 years old, for the St. Louis Browns. He hit 300, and fielding stats, a 13.3 zone rating with that defense. 13.3. Let's take a look at the pitchers in the AL. Mr. Friend, 22 wins for the Red Sox. Went 22-13. Daly, 21 wins. 37-year-old Hugh Daly. Where did he play in real life? Not really a long career. Didn't start till he was 33 years old. So good outing for him and Friend, and our very own Ranger Robin with the White Sox led the AL in WAR, pitcher WAR, 6.2 for Ranger Robin. All right, in the NL, pitcher-wise, Eddie Plank, of course, 35-year-old Eddie Plank. 24 wins. Davies, George Davies, 22 wins. And for WAR, George Davies had a 7.0 WAR. Batting in the NL, Mr. Gordon, Joe Gordon, 19 home runs, led the entire league. And Mr. Chuck Klein, .354 to lead the ANL average. War-wise, it was one of the Cat brothers, Tony Meow, leading with a 7.7 war. That is a meta card. If this was Perfect Team, we'd all be trying to get Tony Meow. Not great in terms of the ratings here. A lot of green. But look at that defense. He hit 303 and a zone rating of 24.5. 24.5. Wow. Well, let's go take a look at some of our created players. If you're in the chat, let me know, and I will open up your player here and see how you did in 1923. I heard the Doc Gidge, or saw the Doc Gidge earlier. Doc Gidge, 25 years old, from Birmingham, Alabama. He plays first base and left field, mainly an outfielder. Got pretty good speed, not really considered a big-time batter, but he did hit 269. He has a gold glove, or a great glove, at left field. And you'll see that he didn't really have a career year. We don't see any red numbers here, which indicate career bests. And his morale, he's very unhappy. Just like the real life owner that wanted a trade. Very unhappy with the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's see where they have him hitting. Well, they've got him leading off, but he's probably unhappy because of the record. 71 and 83. Gidge brings leadership to the clubhouse, so that's probably why he's unhappy. He's not getting that team play. All right, Doc Gidge. The other one, Kirby Cooper, Lil Chef is here. We looked at him briefly, 292, a 19-year-old from Abilene, Texas. Second baseman, also can play the outfield, so very multi-dimensional, really good speed. And let's take a look at his batting stats. 292, a 3.1 WAR, 23 doubles, 134 hits, and 22 stolen bases, was caught 13 times. He's a young kid. Probably hasn't developed those premium base stealing skills yet. He can't bunt. Can't even bunt for a hit. But he can run. And he's a dog lover. Kirby, the dog lover. Probably got 3 or 4 at home. Jags. Jags is in the building. Jags Whirlwind, who became part of the league a couple seasons in. Let's take a look at Jags. Vince Whirlwind from Tempe, Arizona, 20 years old, still got some development to go. Again, really good speed and a premium outfielder. Look at that range, error, arm. You're not going to get any better than Whirlwind. Finished with a 280 average, a career best in triples with 32, runs with 99, at-bats with 667. Look at that, a 5.8 WAR, 28 stolen bases, caught 15 times, and in terms of his defense, outstanding, 19.7 in center field. Playing for the Washington Senators. Leading off for the Washington Senators, Vince Whirlwind, Jags, as he likes to be called. Not going to hit many home runs. What did he hit? Only 1 home run this season. 69 RBIs. And again, 1 run short of 100. 32 triples. Yep. So 57 57 doubles and triples combined together. Looks like he's going to have a good career in Washington. All right, anyone else here? Hey, Razor, good to see you here. Again, thank you for the follow. And yeah, every Monday I do stream, so there seemed to be a gap in Monday early streams, so I thought, yeah, why not? So I'm streaming Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But Monday's mainly for chat and how you guys doing and what's the weather like, and then get in the game action. All right, let's take a look at a couple more here. Let's go and look at the batting stats. Our war winner was Tony Meow. Vince Whirlwind was second in war, and Regis was third. Stolen base wise, Tony Meow, look at that, 55 stolen bases. He is 25 years old, so he's got more of that veteran presence. 303 average. And a lot of teams passed on him. He was picked in the 7th round in the inaugural draft. Round number 7. A lot of teams are shaking their head. Brooklyn got a steal. Also caught stealing the most was Tony Meow. Hit leader goes to Tony Meow. Ryan Sandberg second, and Vince Jags came third. Meow had the most doubles, and Jags the most triples. Our home run leader this season was LiQWYD, 27-year-old from New York, New York, drafted 15th overall. You'll see the home run power. That makes sense. No career highs this season. Did finish with a 2.1 WAR. And again, most home runs of all of our created players. RBI leader, LiQWYD and Bob Renault, over 100. Bob Renault, Washington Senators, 26 years old. 3rd round pick, so a lot of teams passed on him. 2.2 WAR, and his defense is a little bit above average. Bob Renault. All right, let's take a look at our pitchers. Don't have as many pitchers created. You guys like to create hitters instead. Ranger Robin, we saw 21 wins from Denver, Colorado. Went 21-12. 6.2 WAR, which was a career best. Gave up 13 home runs. Pug Bailey, 20-19. 26 years old. Probably not going to develop too much more. But a career high in strikeouts with 154 strikeouts. Hey, Gorgo. Yeah, we talked Black Friday shopping earlier. Hopefully you guys picked up some good stuff there. Yeah, we are going another about 25 minutes, so chance to get a few packs anyway. Good to have you here, though, Gorgo. Just looking at some get in the game players. Come on, Gorgo, you got to create a player. We got to get a guy from Cincinnati into the lineup. One of the coolest names, Kratos Wars. 23 years old, Senator. This one I was interested in because of that poor movement. How does poor movement play, you may ask, in 1923? Well, 14-10 record. ERA of 2.46. So not awful for Mr. Kratos. What else can we check here? WAR. Pug Bailey, second in WAR. Pug, another import from Birmingham, England, 26 years old. Good stuff, good movement. Again, career high, 154 strikeouts. there we go. We see all the teams that they play for here. Only one in the minor leagues right now. All of our created players have made the pros except for the slow developing Blaze Vaughn Brawls. Looks like he could be good. It just depends how the development engine treats this guy. Because he's got a lot of room to move. 171 though. Last year he hit 240 in AA, got moved up to AAA, did pretty good in the 10 games he played, but just not doing it. Blaze the Puzzler, Vaughn Brawls. Defense isn't too bad, so we got to keep an eye on him. Is he going to be a bust in the league? Moki Kojadomo, 23-year-old from Seattle, Washington. 263 average. So looks like he's going to stick around. So there you go, guys. That is kind of a peek at where we are right now in Get in the Game. If you want to get in the game, there we go. The link is there. Takes you 5 minutes to fill out. All I ask is you use appropriate names and you don't fill out more than 2. No more than 2 players of yours in the game. So on Thursday, we will sim the playoffs, and let's just take a look. The Red Sox and the Robins. Do we have any created players? We've got Nick Charman in the World Series. And Ryan Sandberg. Bob the Vacuum Dyson. And Tony the Cat Meow. So 3 against 1. We'll sim that out and see who takes the championship. Will it be the Red Sox? And I think their first championship? Or did they win last year? They might have won last year. So 2 dynasty teams facing off on Thursday. And then we'll do the draft with all the newest created players in there. So again, if you want to fill that form out, we'll get you in the draft on Thursday. All right, let's go back to the start screen. Again, we got about 15 or 20 minutes left. Let's spam one more. Ace of Bronze. And yes, Pack-Palooza. Thanksgiving Pack-Palooza coming your way all this week. Catch all the streamers and collect those packs. All right, we are going to go and do a perfect draft, guys. I did win a choice pack on the Gladiator team. Let's do one here. Feel free to join the same league if you've got openings. So right now I'm on perfect draft tournaments, and there's a couple here. Choice pack. And they're all choice packs right now. And just like OOTP likes to do, I don't know if it happens with you guys, but when you hover around, like when you put your cursor over the different tournaments, does it crash on you sometimes? For me, it does. But I like to think my computer is pretty good. All right, let's log back on. All right, so if you've got your game open and you want to take on the Hound and see if we face off at some point in the tournament, I'm going to join the 2001 Historical 2 Perfect Draft. There's only 4 people in it so far, but it will play out tomorrow. So on tomorrow's stream, I'll be able to show you how I did, and if you're in it, how you did as well. So again, these are free tournaments. I highly recommend you join them as often as you can. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you might luck out like I do. I'm not the best of these, but every once in a while I get a award. So give it a shot. You're allowed to join 2 at any given time. First place, a high diamond pack. Second, low diamond. Maybe you can get a Ramon Martinez. Third and fourth, you get a choice pack of gold players. 5th to 8th, silver players. And if you finish in the 9th to 16th, you can get 1,000 perfect points. So all you got to do is win a couple rounds. Okay, so we are in 2001. So not too much different from modern era. What do we got? Ned Williamson or Joe DiMaggio? Ned or Joe? I'm going to go Joe this time. A lot of good teams use Joe. Although probably Mike Trout is what a lot of people are using in center field. Yeah, Tesuiji. It takes a few minutes, but you never know. You just never know if you can place in one of these tournaments. Bad defense for John McGraw, but really good eye. Tatis. Probably my worst choices right here. It is bad. 2001. Yuck. Normally I never do this, but I'm going to go with my stopper. Just because the other options I didn't like. Herman Long, 106 defense. How come I haven't seen this card much before? Must be a new card. Yeah, good speed. Look at that speed. I have to try and get him on my regular team. I mean, he's not no Luke Appling, but he's better than most. Maybe Luke Appling, Platinum Ozzie Smith, Bancroft, the new Bancroft that came out, Willie Wells, or Dom DiMaggio. No, I've already got a DiMaggio. So we're going to go, we're going to go Herman Long. Yeah, he looks really good, doesn't he? Like he must be a new card. This is the 1894 Herman Long, and this is the Historical 2 draft. Daily Perfect Draft Historical 2. I think there's only 4 or 5 people entered in it so far. It's one of the newer ones that just went up. 2001. 2001. Juan Gonzalez. I think I have to go with him. Look at all these tournament cards. 2001. Gonzalez, I think you can play right field. At worst, DH. Well, there's a good DH card, a good multi-positional card. Not really good at anything, but average, above average at many things. These are tough. This is where I need that Mr. Audit advice here. Yeah, power hitters is what I was thinking. So Juan Gonzalez with the power, and probably Cecil. No, he doesn't have the power. And pitching in a 2001 Mr. Audit, is it for, would you say which one are you going to sacrifice? Control You want the stuff and movement? I know in earlier years you can sacrifice stuff, but for 2001, like, would a Mike Garcia play well? Or is the stuff too low? Yeah, so here's a choice between Jose Fernandez in 2001 or Mike Garcia. High movement control or high stuff movement? I'm tempted to take Kuhn just because of that contact. But I think I'm going to go Jose Fernandez. Okay, Carlos Baerga, James Paxton, Steve Garvey. There's my Blue Jay Barfield. There's my DH. And I'm going to take Paxton. Need some more pitchers before I get to silver. Eddie Matthews. Yes, please. Yes, please. Great card. Eddie Matthews in tournaments, especially this tournament with that high power and eye. Troy Glaus. Yeah. Got to take Matthews and Glaus. I'll find spots for him. Glaus, DH. Or Matthews, DH. Okay, what do we got next? Need a catcher still. And a second baseman. One of these two guys will become my second baseman. Total defense. Or sacrifice the D for the I. I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of the defense. Yeah, that was a perfect round there. I got the DH and the better third baseman defensive wise. I'm going to take Babe just because of that contact. Let's go for a little bit more of an offensive team. So I need a first baseman and otherwise more pitching, and I better get more pitching in silver. Been neglecting the pitching. Mace Brown, too low of stuff. Of course, when I need pitching, there's none here. Man, I'm getting a lot of good third basemen. I guess I could put Bob Bailey at first. Let's do that. Bob Bailey, you're my first baseman. Or Adam Dunn. Better eye. 60 at first base and 66. I think I'm going to go Dunn. Yeah, Bailey versus left. And Dunn versus right. The lefty or the righty? He can play 3 positions. He can play 3 positions. All right, we'll go Bailey. We'll go Bailey at first base, and let's go. Let's go another outfielder, Jose Cruz. All right, got to get some pitching here. Roosevelt Davis and Bob Lemon. There, got my four starters before bronze. I wanted another gold at least, but couldn't pass up on some of those guys. Fred Kendall, backup catcher. Yes, please. And Freddie Shupp. Ozzie Smith, need you as a backup. Okay, that attract K. Good to know. Yeah, it was leaning towards. Oh, look at this. Rob Deere. Oh, yeah. You don't have Rob Deere on a bronze team, you're missing out. Pitcher-wise, I'm short on pitchers. There we go. No red on that guy. Round number 12. New card, Wally Backman, second baseman. I've got 1 second baseman so far. I was going to move. Who was I moving to first? Bob Bailey, I think. Bailey. Yep, that's the play. I've got 4, 5, 6 pitchers. Probably need one more here. George Harper and yeah, right field. One to left. There we go. That works. Ooh, Frank Howard at first. Yeah, he can play around with that later. Let's finish this. We got a few minutes left here. George Harper and don't like many of those bronze pitchers, but I need a few more. So I need 4, 5, 6, 7, at least probably 4. Hitchcock, Gibson, (101) control. Ooh. That's 3. That gives me 10 pitchers. Better take one more. And my last player is going to be, I believe, don't need outfielders. Got a lot of guys that can play third base. Don't need outfielders. Or shortstop. Yeah, no, I don't like Gallagher. Yeesh. All right. We will finish that weekly. Not strongly, but weekly. All right, I will come and work on this a little bit more after the stream. Just want to see if we're short on any positions here. Got them all filled for now, just in case I forget. And that is our perfect draft for today. Well, guys, I'm just going to switch over to my main screen here. Give me a second. Check out Twitch, make sure that's working properly, and thank the new followers. We have a bunch of guys I have to thank you, or ladies. Lord Christic 33, Bacon Lover 136, Bacon Lover, Canadian back bacon. Hey, Canadian bacon is the best bacon. Your everyday pog. Thank you. Mad Mutts, My Mice Forever. Easy names to pronounce. ITC Monk, Valoric 77, Grizzly Old Dude. Grizzly Old Dude, yes. PT Lost in Thought. Hey, cool name. PT Lost in Thought. You are number 358. PT Lost in Thought. Thank you guys so much. It means so much for the follow. Thank you so much for tuning in today and, plugging through a Monday here with me, collecting some of the packs. Again, it always is. I always say it's a great day for baseball. Of course, in Edmonton right now, we are at, 42 degrees Fahrenheit. So maybe not a great day for outdoor baseball. As always, guys, be kind to yourself and be kind to someone else. Many people are going through a lot of tough things right now. Hopefully you can support them out. And we are going to go and raid. We are going to go and raid and say hello to our good friend and fellow affiliate streamer, Mr. EVC in New York. So I hope the RNG smiles on me this week too in the short league that I'm in with the Gladiators. You're very welcome, Cubs fan Steve, for the double packs. Tune in all week. I'm back tomorrow, same time. JS, good to see you back here again as well. And don't go anywhere. Let's all pop in on EVC. Just got to see if he's got his stream going yet. Thanks so much. Please like, subscribe, ring that bell. You guys make streaming so much fun. Have a wonderful day. Leave a comment. And as always, it's a great day for baseball. We'll see you next episode.